If someone you love, a wife, a sister, or God forbid, your child was abducted, what would your reaction be if, like, nobody gave a flying fuck? Welcome to the world of missing Indigenous women, a world where very few seem to give a shit. And we're going to talk about it from different viewpoints to statistics, along with a couple of thoughts. First, I ask that you bear with me because this is really a tragic story, and one that isn't really covered in our national media until a white woman goes missing, and people point out that women of color go missing all the time without these massive headlines. And yes, awareness of an issue often brings change. So, there's a lot to unpack here, like systematic racism, underreporting of those who go missing, and lack of investigating by the police. Throw these in with the lack of media coverage, and I have to ask you, is it any surprise we don't have a viable number of how many Native American women go missing? And when I read that, I thought, what's wrong with this? But back in 2016, someone must have cared enough to take notice, because there were over 5,700 women of Alaskan or Native American descent that went missing. And today, well, no one knows how many Indigenous women are missing. Yet everybody, everywhere, believes this to be a serious problem here in America. And when you look at the facts like these Native American women are 10 times more likely to be sexually assaulted and murdered than any other person, all I can do is express my moral outrage at this awful statistic. Then again, no one really cares about my moral outrage. Perhaps that is why the police struggle with investigating missing Indigenous women. After all, the three most cited reasons for lack of an investigation when it comes to a missing Native American women are lack of data, lack of resources, and lack of attention. And yes, what is being said in between those three oft-cited examples is simply that no one cares. Apparently, no one even cares enough to identify a murdered Native American woman as a Native American woman, because a recent report claims that a murdered Indigenous woman is 135% more often not identified. So why? Why is this happening? And the answer, it isn't pretty. According to a recent study done here in Minnesota regarding the root causes of missing and murdered Indigenous women, or colonialism, racism, and sexual objectification. In reading this, I wondered, how the fuck does colonialism play a role here, hundreds of years after colonizing? So I went searching and reading. And I just need to say this, that the viewpoint offered up, it's just tragic. Because what colonization brought to the Americas was a dehumanization of the indigenous population. And it was worse for the women. They were often raped or sold as slaves, without consequence. And the view that a Native American woman is less than human, I'm thinking that's still with us. We might not like to admit it, and yes, we've come a long way in how we treat people, but I have to ask you what your thought is as to why we're not paying attention to those missing women. I'm thinking a lot of you are thinking this all makes a lot of sense. Because like the local police, they don't have any authority to investigate anything that happens on tribal lands. And while that might be true, at least regarding how and when our police can investigate crimes on Native American reservations, the truth is that only 13% of Native Americans live on reservations, and most Native American women live in urban areas. So that ain't it. So I'm going to end this right here and say this. In a lot of ways, all that colonialism bullshit I talked about a bit ago, the ugly stuff from generations ago, might look different, might sound different, words might be different, but it's all still with us. And it's still fucking ugly for this old man. So if you're out there looking for a cause to get involved in, this is a good one. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate that. We carry a lot of our biases, historical bias with us, and we never think about it at all. I mean, Huh. But we do. I mean, what do I mean by historical bias? I mean shit that just comes that we care that like how we treat people carried through the years. I mean, we did it with slavery and prejudice, and you know that didn't even start to change until the 60s, 50s, 60s, somewhere in there. And you know what? I don't think that bias is, well, maybe a little bit has started to change towards Native Americans. I don't know, but I think for a lot of people, they still carry that bias with them. I mean, how else do you explain that a murdered Native American woman isn't even identified as a Native American? That's fucking mind-boggling to me and tragic. You know, I don't know. We can do better. We should. I'm so tired of saying, "Ooh, we should do better. We can do better." Yeah, we never fucking do we? And why the hell is that? And it's enough to make a person do more than one or two shots of tequila. Matter of fact, I think about shit like that, and you know what's really confusing about the whole deal though is so everybody in this fucking country is impacted by Native Americans in one aspect or another. Even if it's something as simple as the name of their town or the name of their state is based in Native American history. I mean, yeah, well, okay. I'm preaching to the choir. Enjoy, my friends. Let's get drunk and not think about this shit. But we do need to talk about it, don't we? Because that's the only way we solve any problems we got is by talking about them. But I'd rather drink tequila. Fuck talking about shit. Out of here. Love you. Thanks for watching one more time.